Hello everyone, I'm here with Matt.
G'day.
We are going to be playing another battle report today. It's going to be my cities versus his Idoneth, because I've been kind of going off about Idoneth recently and how good Volty is. Does your list have Volty?
He does.
Yeah. Does he have the -1 to hit bubble?
He does.
He does. Yeah.
For the moment anyway.
Yeah, he's going to have that forever. So we are going to be playing 2,000 points, and we'll come back. We'll start with Matt's army in a second. Alright, so here we are back with the lovely Idoneth that we've got with an actual shark. Oh, shock horror. After the recent FAQ. Alright, so what have we got on the list? Where do you want to start? Heroes. Let's start with heroes.
Yep.
There we go, we're done.
We've got we've got Volturnus, who's a general.
Yep.
And we've got the pointer, who has the artifact, which is the Cloud of Midnight.
Cloud of Midnight, which means that in a phase I can only do nothing. I can't target them.
That's right.
In one phase.
Yep. So just the two heroes.
Yep.
Also, he has the ability to take units off the board and come on, and then he points at something, and you +3 to charge them.
Alright, then we've got 2 units. These are, for people's information, these are Aether Wings.
Yep.
Zoom in there, shall we? Come on, phone, you can do it. There we go. So they're fishies.
So they're fishies, but they're Aether Wings.
Fishies and
there's a turtle.
Fishies with the turtle. He's obviously the unit leader. So those are both allies.
Yep.
And then what's next?
Then everything else is
go
going
these
except
guys.
for the sharks. So there's 4 units of 3 unrendable eels, additional guard.
So Ishlayan,
The other ones are the swords.
Ishlayan, Morsar. Oh, that's 1 unit of 6 Morsar.
Yeah, unit of 6 Morsar here.
That's the unit of 6 Morsar.
And then 2 units of 3 Morsar. So everything is MSU except for the 1 unit of 6 Morsar.
Gee, MSU eels. Never seen that list before. These are the sharks, so they've got net launchers, right?
Net launchers.
Yep, cool. So with that new Retarius net launcher rule, which means no piling in, that makes these guys. Look at my poor Phoenix Guard. They're very sad. Okay. And then that's it. How many points are you?
1990.
1990. Alright, and we will come back with my Cities of Sigmar list in a second. And now we'll go with my Cities of Sigmar list. So we are playing in Hallowheart today. Heroes, basically all here. So we've got a Hish Battle Mage, which is that guy there, he's old school model. We have a Knight Incantor back there. We have a Sorceress there. We have a Celestial Hurricane with Celestial Battle Mage there. We've got the General over here, so he's got the command trait Veteran of the Blazing Crusade, which means immunity to Battle Shock Holy within 18 of him. And he's also got an artifact which gives him a spell, and his spell is Sear Wounds. Because he's the General, the 30 Iron Drakes become Battle Line, and behind them the 10 Iron Drakes, the 10 Longbeards. They're always Battle Line, but they're there to buff other stuff. Third Battle Line is 10 Bleak Swords, so that the Sorceress can stab. And then 30 Phoenix Guard with the endless spells. We've got Laukon the Soul Seeker, so I've actually got the model now and it's painted, which is nice and pretty. The Everblaze Comet that only the Incantor can cast, and then we've got the Geminids of Wish. And that makes up my list, and it is 1970 points. Oh god, we can't even fit it in frame. There we go. 1970 points, so I get the triumph. And we will come back when we've set up the board and set up the armies. Right, so today's scenario is Places of Arcane Power, taking part in the Realm of Ulgur, which has a command ability basically to drag dudes forward with you. All of the terrain is overgrown. And the realm sphere magic is roll 7 dice, 2+ do a mortal wound, or roll less than a save. You can read that yourself if you want. Matt has chosen these 3 auxiliaries, so Territorial, Overwhelm, and the Bait. You can pause and have a read if you want to go through them, because I'm not going to. And then the other ones that I've chosen are Cornered, Seize Ground, and Assassinate. And my triumph that I got was Indomitable, so re-roll armor saves. And then the Greater Battlefield. So, Places of Arcane Power. We've got 3 objectives. 1, 2, 3. It's basically you can only score with heroes within 3 inches, which is decent for me and not so great for Matt. But we both vetoed one scenario before this one, so we've landed on this one as the scenario that we're going to choose. So, your stuff. Actually, we'll go things first. Nullification, Volcanic. What was that one? Which one? Healing? Oh, Healing, yep. Volcanic again. Overgrown, Nullification, Overgrown, and Entangling. And we'll go through what you've got on the board then. So Volty's over here on the right, or on your right, my left flank, with 3 shield eels. Then it's just basically lots of fucking fish. There's a shark in there. Well, sharks are fish, aren't they? 1 shark there, 1 shark there. Lots of other eels. I think you didn't put anything under the sea.
No, nothing. Everything's on the board.
Everything's on the board, and we've got 3 Aether wings here and 3 Aether fish here. My deployment has been blocking off the backboard with bleak swords, but I don't have to now because he didn't put anything down. But he's 12 drops and I am, what was I? 9. Bleak swords here, blocking off the backfield. General and his adjutant hiding in there. 30 Iron Drakes with a hole for Laukon. 10 Longbeards. Hurricanum. 30 Phoenix Guard and the 9 Incantor. So I deployed like this. He's obviously got the benefit of choosing to put stuff in the Aether Sea after I've deployed, so I've obviously blocked off much of my backfield, which means that I've deployed back this way a lot more than I should. But the Hurricanum is within range to get onto that objective turn 1 if I need to, and the Arcanum is definitely within range to get onto that objective turn 1 if I need to as well. And then Volty's obviously very able to get onto this objective here. So it's going to be a bit tit for tat. It's going to be interesting, I think, because the middle objective, because you've got limited heroes, is going to be difficult. There we go. We're zoomed out. Yep, cool. Yeah, you've got 2 heroes. I've got 5, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to cap multiple objectives, but your heroes are a lot harder to kill than mine. So, especially with Cloud of Midnight and Volty just being, just -1 to hit, just because I'm riding on a seahorse. Why not?
Volty be able to get this one over here.
Yeah.
You'll have that one over here.
And I'm hoping that Volty going over to this one means he has to stay on this one, which means that he's going to be less in the centre, but you can always feint and come into the centre. Anyway, I'm giving you the first turn.
Thanks, Simon.
Alright, so we'll come back at the end of Matt's turn 1.
You on?
Matt, what'd you do?
Well, so far, first turn, I farmed the game to me. I just positioned my army, just manoeuvred it around, moved Volty over onto the objective on the right-hand side.
I'm going to come over here just in case there's background noise so we can hear you. Yep, keep going.
Volty on over to the
Yep, so Volty's over there on the number 2 objective.
Yep.
Number 1.
To try to keep my screens, keep the integrity of my screens as much as possible, and
Yep.
position my army.
So that's Volty's screen there. This is the army's screen there. 2 units of Aether Wings, 2 units of 3 Ishlan there with the Soul Scribe behind them. 1 shark there, and then another screen with more dudes over there. And you get 1 victory point. Are you happy with that turn?
I'm happy.
Were you expecting to go first?
Yes, I'm used to it.
So what do you think I'm going to do?
I think you're going to move up onto this objective if you can.
Yeah.
And somehow, if you can kill enough stuff to get onto it, then
Yep.
you'll be able to.
So I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert right now. There's an Incantor right here. He can charge those eels. So if he can live, he can get on that objective. And yeah, these guys are probably going to teleport up and have some shots here, clear out some birds, cast some comets. We'll come back at the end of my hero phase. Hallowheart turn 1. Alright, so we're back at the end of my hero phase because it's a pretty impactful phase. So what happened? He cut himself for 5. The Rune Lord then tried to Sear Wounds him and failed, which is very sad. But basically all my other spells went off. So I got off Loud Shot and Ignite weapons over here, so they've all jumped up there. On these guys I've gotten Warding Brand and Protection of Fish, so they're -1 to hit. Gotten off the Geminids, so these guys are -1 attack. Those 2 eels at the front are -1 to hit. I also got off the Comet, which did some wounds, so that guy's got 1 left. I killed off 2 birds, killed off 3 birds over here, and killed off an eel over here and did some other wounds. So importantly, the Soul Scry's on 3 wounds, because I need to kill him next turn basically, and if I get doubled, I can move the light Geminid and tag him and whack him in the face and hopefully kill him. So it's going to be an interesting choice for Matt whether he goes first or second next turn. Yeah. But we're going to see if we can get the Incantor on here. But I haven't had my movement phase yet, so we'll go into that now and come back at the end of my turn probably. And how do you feel about that turn?
Yep, so far so good.
So far so good. Alright, so I killed 1 Aether Wing. He ran away. I killed the 3 eels here. I shot at them with a little bit and only did like 2 wounds, but then the Phoenix Guard typically finish them off. The Lord Arcanum is, the 9 Incantors here within 3 inches, just being a boss. So he scored me 1 point. Lots of endless spells over there. Killed 1 eel, he passed Battle Shock. And that's basically it. I've killed 4 Ishleyan eels, and 2 6 Aetherwings. And that's it. That's alright. He's okay with it. Alright, let's do the priority roll. Where did I put my dice? I always put my dice away. In the tray. Let's do it in the tray. I've got my... I'm just going to show the audience. Ooh, look, they are... Where are they? Bright Spear. Yeah, and you've got whatever that one is.
The, what do you call it? The 1 importance dice.
Alright, let's roll. You got a 5, you got a 3. So I get the choice. How do you feel about that?
I'd rather have the choice.
Think I'll be giving you the turn? Pretty sure I'll be giving you the turn. Or do I not? So the considerations in this are Geminids are there, so they can come back and whack my dudes. I don't know if they've got somewhere they can finish, but he can probably get a couple of wounds on the 9 Incantor. But the sun, what's it called?
Yeah,
Comet, that's the one. We can go off. Also, the Phoenix Guard are pretty much like buff to the 9s. They're -1 to hit, and if you do any wounds, you take a mortal on a 4+. So I'm not that sad about them dying, and I feel like that's basically all you'd be able to charge into this turn, and then that would give me a pretty good fight back with them. Lautron gets to move now as well if I want to. So if you move the Geminids first, then Lautron gets to redeploy stuff, which is always decent. But if I give you the turn, it means I get to move the Geminids and you can move Lautron away if you want. Which is what I'm going to do. So you're going to have turn 2. Alright, we'll come back at the end of Matt's. Let's go movement. We're currently tied 1-1 at the end of Battle Round 1. Alright, so we're back at the end of Matt's turn 2 charge phase. So, couple of eels on over here. Oh, what happened? These guys shot and did no pile in on the Phoenix Guard, which is very sad. 2 eels here going into that guy. 3 eels here. I left a very oddly eel-shaped hole for you to put 1 guy in. So he's in there. And these guys are about to do the zaps. So do your zaps, come on. Are they all going on the Incantor?
All on the Incantor.
Yep, roll in there. What happens with that?
1 plus D3. So 3, 4.
Yeah, okay. So he's got 1 wound left. And other than that, we'll come back at the end of the combat phase because the 9 Incantor is probably going to die, but we'll be back. Alright, Matt, the end of your turn 2. The Incantor's dead! Sad times. But I did kill those 3 eels that charged in. I obviously didn't kill these 2 here because they're a pain in the ass. And nothing else really happened, so I've lost that objective, obviously. You still retain this one with Volti, so you go to 3 at the end of this turn. And then we're going to go into my... You also score your secondary, so you've scored 2 secondaries now if we draw. And now we will go into my turn 2. Alright, so I was very sad that he died. I probably shouldn't have just... I mean, you zapped him to death anyway, and then you would have speared him, so it's fine. I had to put him on that objective to score, because the Hurricanum's being useless over here. Yeah, so we're gonna see how we go next turn. Probably get Lautron up, teleport these duties up, and start to push around onto this big blob of things here, which I don't like very much. Currently the Phoenix Guard are locked into combat by that 1 eel, but he's only got 2 wounds left, so I should be able to clear him off. And yeah, we'll come back at the end of my hero phase because it's going to be a fairly significant one. Right, we're back. You'll notice there are no Iron Drakes over there anymore. And you'll notice that Lautron is here. So what happened was, I failed to see wounds again with fucking dickhead down here. So the Hurricanum's still taken 5 wounds. But I got off a lot of other buffs. So I stabbed a Bleak Sword. We got off Fast Protection, Ignite Weapons, and Warding Brand off on the Phoenix Guard, who the plan is that these Iron Drakes are going to clear off these last 2 eels. I only need to kill 1 of them, but I need to do 2 wounds this unit, but if I do 6, that's even better. And then the Phoenix Guard will be free to charge over here, is the thought. Now, I've got a Battle Mage here who has to run to get onto that objective. So he's probably not doing it, but we're going to try our very best. But he's probably not going to. These guys are also few of them going to shoot the shark, a few of them going to shoot there. So I should have a little bit of range to do a few things. And then if Matt gets the turn and takes it, then the Iron Drakes can run away again because Lauchon's there and he's super. And then this blob of shit can't come at me as hard as it can. But if I get the double turn, I will be taking it and then pushing everything up into his shit. So, because if even fighting first, Phoenix Guard are pretty good against Morsar. So, we'll see how it goes. We will come back at the end of my shooting and charge phase. All right, we're back. End of my turn 2. Phoenix Guard got in. They killed this one last guy here. They did get charge in here, but only rolled a 5 and I needed a 7 to get like a lot of guys in. So I killed one sword elf, sword eel, and then they came back and killed 3 of my guys, and then I killed them with mortals from Wardingbrand, which is pretty freaking good. I got a point over there. I didn't score this one again, so I'm just getting 1, so I will be going to 2 victory points for this turn. So it's currently 2-3 at the end of turn 2. And that's basically it. Nothing else really happened. I shot off some dudes. Oh, the shark died as well, and the eel died over there. So look, this is what Matt's got left here. So the question is whether he brings Volty into the game.
Well, Volty can't leave that point.
I know. All right, let's do Battle Shock in the middle. I rolled a 3. Oh, Battle Shock, what's it called? Priority, that's the one.
5.
You get a 5. Your choice, Matt. What would you like to do this turn?
I'll take the turn.
Okay, all right. We'll come back at the end of the... We'll just come back at the end of your charge phase. We're back at the end of your turn 3. What happened?
End of turn 3, luckily I won priority, popped my command ability and stacked attacks on the ears.
Yep.
Charged into the Phoenix Guard and took the Phoenix Guard out, and they did...
With a shark to spare.
With a shark to spare.
Yeah.
And took some damage back because they're reflecting.
Minimal. You took 2 mortals here and you took 6 mortals on this unit here. So it's a bit sad. I'm very sad.
But still, I've only got 1 hero on the 1 objective.
But you get another 3 points.
3 points.
So you go to 6. And your command points are all gone.
And they're all...
I've got 1. Okay, so this is interesting. Everything's here. These are these Spear Elves? They're Spear Elves.
Yeah, the only shield ones are there.
Shield ones are there, so they are going to be basically screening for the Shooty Elves. If I get the double, I could be in a good spot. If I don't, it's going to be painful, I think, but that's fine. We're going to come back with some magics because that's all my army does. All right, back for Hallowheart turn 3. All right, so we're back. Matt.
Yes.
This guy lived. These guys, well, they're fine. They're still alive.
Shark died.
Shark died. And is that about it? Couple of. One of those guys died. One of those guys died. One of those guys died. These guys didn't move. They stayed where they are. Battle Mage moved onto the objective, so he's scoring. These guys moved up. These guys moved up, and he's there. So that's the end of turn 3. I've gone up to 5. Ooh, round 3. So I've gone up to 5. You're still in 6 with Volty sitting back over here. If I get the double here, it's going to be an interesting game. If I don't, I think you just kill the Iron Drakes and win the game, right? That's the plan. All right, let's roll in the middle.
1.
4. I'm going to take the double.
Go for it, mate.
All right, back for Hallowheart turn 4. End of my turn 4. Matt, how many models you got left on the board?
I have 2.
Ta-da! These 2 guys. So this guy's got 2 wounds left. He's got 8, so there's that many wounds left in the game. If he leaves Volty here, he'll score this turn and then next turn go to 15. And I'm currently sitting on 10, which is an interesting place to be. Because I don't know what Matt's going to do. Matt, what are you going to do with this eel? Where's he going?
I'm going to try and kill these guys.
Right, he's going to try and kill my 1 duty over here.
The heroes.
He'll be fine because he can't run and you can't retreat and run and charge, right?
I can retreat and charge, but I move forward.
Oh, that seems bad. All right, so we'll come back. Essentially, we're sitting on stalemate here. The Hurricanum's on that one. In hindsight, it's probably an error putting the Hurricanum back there because then he can't be up the front and doing stuff. But yeah, we'll come back at the end of Matt's turn 4. All right, we're back at the end of turn 4. Did you kill the Battle Mage?
I killed the Battle Mage.
You did, but then you've got 1 less model. So So it's Volti against my entire army.
Yeah, so Volti scored for that turn.
If I get the double, or sorry, if I get the turn here, Volti dies and I win the game. If I don't get the double, it makes for a very interesting turn because you go to 15.
It's gonna be super close, isn't it?
I get 4. Well, I mean, we'll both go to 15. Basically, is what happens.
Yeah.
And
Then the second.
I need to kill Volti, so I haven't. You've gotten 3 auxiliaries. I cannot get cornered anymore.
So you have to kill Volti.
So I have to kill. I have to win this priority, and then kill Volti. All right. What'd you roll? 5. So I'll take it. Shall we just shake hands there?
Yeah, move the Drakes up, shoot him. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, because he's
We'll come back. We'll play out the turn and then we'll come back. Matt, we're back. You rolled an absurd amount of 4-up armor saves, but
It wasn't enough.
he's slain.
He died by 1 wound.
1 wound.
1 wound. And it was the champion.
And it was the champion with his torpedo to the face.
Very poetic.
The sorceress moves on to the middle objective to get 1. He sits there for 4. I go to 15, to 6, 10. You're on 10. You weren't on 15. So that's the end of the game.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you think it went?
It was very, very close.
Came down to a priority roll.
Very, very close. It came down to
4 different rolls.
a few different roles. It could have gone one way, it wouldn't have started the game.
Yep.
But yeah.
Right, so
Very, very close game.
very, very close game. And this is the good thing. This is Matt's competitive Idoneth list. This is my competitive cities list. And so the 2 very competitive lists running up against each other is always fun.
Absolutely.
For those of us that like playing competitive. Some people want narrative. That chick's name is Karen. There you go. There's your narrative for you. But thanks very much for the game. Is there anything you would have done different during the game?
No, not at all.
Played it perfectly.
Yeah, I basically did my thing and
Yeah.
that's what happened. Yeah.
You even got doubled, and you still almost won it. So doubled against my shooting block. You're obviously not changing anything in your list. I'm going to wager.
No, probably. I mean, I'm experimenting with a few different things, but probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe
More sharks.
Maybe some more sharks.
More sharks. It's always good. My list, I'm also not changing anything because these guys are fucking wonderful. The comet actually did quite a bit of work this game.
Yeah.
The Incantor died pretty quick, so I couldn't cast it twice. But when it was down, it was like it killed the Soul Scryer. And
Yep. It probably did 10 wounds or more.
yeah, so it was. I think the comet's staying in for the moment, especially when you can get plus whatever to cast with that. So,
Yep.
all right. Thanks very much for the game, Matt.
Thanks, Simon.
Cheers.